Welcome. Are you there? Anybody out there? I just want to say hi. It is Tuesday night again. I don't know how it keeps happening, but for some reason, about every 7 days, there is another Tuesday, and it seems to just come fast. So, welcome to the live show. Yes, we are going to have a post show. So, if you're on right now, if you're listening, you can chat with us if you subscribe. So, please consider subscribing to the channel. There's a number of reasons why you would not have chat enabled for non-subscribers. It's definitely not me saying that I don't want people that have never been on the channel to join us live. And if you don't want to chat, that's perfectly fine as well. But we are going to be unboxing some really cool stuff. I have it here over my shoulder. Let me just switch and show you that camera. There it is. So all of that stuff we're going to be unboxing here shortly. But I do want to greet those of you that came into the chat. And I'm going to be in kind of two different positions tonight. So let me grab my Wacom tablet right here and get it back in front of me so that I can display chat. But thank you so much for joining me. Let's go chat on the air here. And again, if I haven't told you before, you can jump on with me and I chat probably about an hour before we go live. So if you're in there, I know TVJ was here earlier, and so I said hi to him. So let's just say hi to so TVJ was there. I'll pop that up. He popped in early. We also have DJ Ware here. And so hi to you. We've got Tech for Fun. Thank you for joining me. I'm not sure that I've had you on the live stream before, but so thank you so much for joining me. Let me know, guys, tonight if it's too loud or the mic is too hot, how everything looks. Let me know that in the chat as well. It's good to see Tony here tonight. He has got a channel, so go over and check that out. So does DJ Ware. These guys have some really cool stuff on their channel, so make sure you check them out. What is a Wacom? It's actually Wacom, W-A-C-O-M-E, and it's actually used a lot by teachers. It's a drawing tablet. The difference between a Wacom and a lot of drawing tablets is it's actually a monitor, so I can bring the chat and use my pencil on the monitor because I'm sharing the chat onto my screen. Because if you get Aaron Parecki's pop-out chat plugin, which is a free Chrome extension, then when you go into your YouTube channel and you're about to start a live stream, you can go up to the very top right where the chat is in your live streams, and you can pop out that chat, and then you can drag it to a different screen. So I pop out the chat, I drag it to the screen, and then there's also a URL that you can copy in that plugin. Again, go to Aaron Parecki's channel or just go type in a search for Aaron Parecki's pop-out chat plugin. And again, it's a Chrome plugin. It works specifically for YouTube. There's other plugins available free for Chrome that will work with other streaming platforms. But this one, Aaron took another Chrome extension and rewrote it so it would work right in OBS. So I bring this into OBS and then share it full screen so I can bring chat on and off the air like you see it right there. So great to see Akil. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you so much for joining me. Hank is here from Stop and Think. Check out these guys' channels as well. Tony has a channel, so make sure you check out his channel. And I will have to pop on over to Tech is Fun. So the Wacom tablet, let's just put that up here. Was Tech for Fun's question. The Wacom tablet is this tablet right here, and it's tethered because this is a USB-C / HDMI, and this becomes a monitor, and so I have the chat right here on this tablet, and obviously it looks bigger than it is by bringing it up to the camera, but I can have it laying with these feet. I can have it right on the desk in front of me, which is super important so that I can then pop out the chat and then be able to monitor the chat. And I think having chat on the screen is a very important aspect of live streaming because I want to interact. It's not like a Zoom call or a GoToMeetings or any of those type softwares where I can have you face-to-face with you, though I do offer a free consult, a 1 hour free consult. And I have met a lot of people that come to the channel and join me for live streams. But again, thank you for joining me again tonight. We're going to do some unboxings, and we have a lot to do because I do have a post show. I do have a special guest. Benjamin C. Bear will be joining us, and he's not been in a very good mood. It's been hot. He's got fur, and so Benjamin C. Bear has not been very happy, so we'll talk about that in the post show. He doesn't know it yet, but I brought some ammo tonight. So we'll talk more about that in the post show, and that's following at 5:20 approximately after the live show. So tonight we're going to be unboxing a bunch of items. Again, they're right here on my desk if you didn't get to see them. So we have all of that to unbox tonight. So we've got a lot to do. And yes, I purchased a DJI Mini 3 Pro drone. And we're going to talk a little bit about why I did that and how I'm going to use it. And in the post show, we'll be talking about the Part 107 test. I've already started studying, and we'll dive quite a bit into that in the post show. Also, I plan on talking about a new Insta360 camera, but it didn't come. It's actually lost. I was communicating back and forth to Amazon support, and it is lost in transit. And so we hopefully will, tomorrow I can actually cancel that order and reorder it. So who knows when I'm going to get my Insta360 camera, and that's going to be unboxed live as well as demoed live. And so the plan tonight was to unbox it in the live show, and I was going to surprise you guys with the DJI drone stuff, and then we were going to set up that Insta360 in the post show, but that's going to have to happen at a later date. But we are going to have a post show tonight and talk about this, the whole process of getting certified. We'll talk about that quite a bit in the post show. But again, back to tonight. Hank says hi to the rest of you. David, it's good to have you here. It's morning in Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. Akil Polka. I got to practice that. So maybe you and I should jump on early on the nights you're going to join me for the live streams, and I will practice that name. I do not want to mess it up. You deserve better than that. So, okay, so the way I'm going to open these tonight, again, we're going to be unboxing all of this sweet stuff here on the table behind me. So I was planning on using my new camera, but I have my face cam by Elgato. I also use it to display the chat or display the screen before we go live. And so let me just turn that back on here real quick and chat off. And so I usually pop it up like this during the still image being on the screen. So if you join me ever early, you get to see the studio, and it kind of looks like this. So I can pop it on the air and I can pop it off the air. So changing back to that particular camera, it's on the screen, and I have to make it bigger for what we're about to do. So let me make it full screen here, because you guys are going to be able to use this camera to watch me. And there might be a little bit of lip sync. We'll see how that works. But I have it up here in Super Source, and I'm going to turn around here in a second using this microphone, and we are going to unbox those things. So before we get unboxing, I have a little survey. If you're on with me live tonight, or you watch this delayed, I would love to find out if you have a drone and if you have a commercial license. So let me know if you are using your drone and if you have a commercial license. And I don't have chat enabled right now, so let me know, and then we'll pop those up later. So if you would like to answer that question, I would love to find out if you own a drone and if you have a license to use it commercially. And if you want to let me know if you are using it commercially, that would be cool as well. And again, we're going to talk about all of those type things in the post show. In the live show, we're just going to unbox this stuff. Going to talk about this kit that I bought. And just to give you an overview, I bought quite a bit of stuff. So I bought the Fly More package with the bigger batteries. So I probably will end up registering my drone, because if I fly it with these longer life batteries, it's over that weight limit for registering or not registering. So I'll probably just go ahead and register it. I already have one drone registered. We'll talk more about in the post show. So I bought the Fly More Plus kit. I also got some Freewell, 3 different kits for filters for the front of the 4K camera on the DJI Mini 3 Pro. And I also bought a case, which did arrive. It's not in the still image picture. Here again is my still image tonight. And you can see that there is no case on the screen for my case. That came later. So we're going to have that to unbox as well. And then I also bought some little feet for the DJI Mini 3 Pro, because it doesn't exactly take off evenly. So I'm going to have those just in case I'm in a situation like there's sandy soil. That'll add a little bit of weight as well. We'll talk about that as well. But again, I bought some little feet to snap on. I also bought a strap for the controller, and I did buy the nicer controller. So let me go ahead and destroy my little display here. But I did buy it with the nicer controller, and you can get it with the standard controller or with this controller. And obviously it is a little bit more money. And I actually, because I did not want to take any chances to not have this tonight, I did take my grandson Dominic, and we drove 70 miles towards the coast to pick this up at a Best Buy near me, because they had 2 of these in stock. So we drove, we rolled the dice, we risked it. And we also had a famous burger called Minor Burgers, and they're in Yakima, Washington. Yeah, that's Indian for a city here in the state of Washington, Yakima. And there's a tribe of Yakima Indians in that area. So shout out to them. And I had a Minor Burger, and Minor Burgers has been there for lots and lots of years. And so you'll have to check that out. So let me put this stuff up here semi-neatly again. And then we're going to switch camera angles here right now. So we'll come back to the chat shortly, because again, I have it disabled. Well, let me turn it on here real quick, and then we'll get started on unboxing this. So let me fix this chat. Chat is on the air. Here is some answers to my drone question. Tech for fun, no drone here. Though my wife says I drone on. Yeah, I get that. So if you're of the older persuasion, and I may just be over 40, 45, 50, maybe even over 60. And if that's true, my wife says I snore and I drone on. DJ Wear, no drone. Tony with Quick Tech Solutions, Mavic Air 2, and yes, I have a Part 107 certificate. Tony, you're my hero. More tonight, and we'll talk. Hopefully you'll join me for the post show. We can talk Part 107, but I have some stories to tell already about that process. Good to have you, TVJ. Everybody's answering the question, do you have a drone and do you have a commercial license? Love to hear from you as well. 70 miles from the drone. Wow, got to factor in gas and total cost of ownership. Yeah, but I was also wanting to take my grandson Dominic for his first Minor Burger. And originally we planned on going on a trail to some caves up there. And I made the plan, schedule it with him, and then we found out the caves were closed on Thursday. So last Thursday we drove to Yakima. We had a Minor Burger. We went around to some different stores, and then we came back and hung out here. And just spent some quality time together. My grandson's 13 years old, and Dominic says hi. And we're talking about in a month or two starting another little channel that I'll be doing with him here on YouTube, and we'll talk more about that when we get closer to that happening. Tony says, congratulations on the new drone. What happened to the one you received as a gift? Okay, so we'll get right back to that because I'm going to talk about that here. Let's just go. No drone. Hank says this. Drone Maverick, no license from David Osler. So Mavic, but no license. TVJ, no and no. No drone, no license. Hi, Freddy's. Good to have you. It's good to have you here. So let's clear the chat. Let's do this real quick. And let's get down to business. So let me switch here to Super Source. Okay, so you guys should hear me now. Are we doing good? Yeah. So I'm going to turn around. I can see myself here on the screen. You guys should still hear me. And we are going to unbox this stuff. So we're going to start with my little handy knife here. Let's get this a little closer. So I've got my handy knife here. Let's open it up. And I had it open earlier. Must have fingernails to do this. Okay. So we're going to take the Newell stuff and set it aside here. And we're obviously going to start with this little puppy right here. So those of you that are watching over my shoulder, here is what we are going to unbox first. So let's go like this. And it is covered with plastic, and I don't want to cut the box. So let's just knife away. Try that again. Cut the plastic off. Throw that in my trash. Okay, so let's see. How does this open here? Another little seal right here. So here's the box for those of you that are watching. So you've got the controller, information on the side, the back, the side of the box, the bottom of the box. So we will break the seal. Let's go ahead and do this. Start recording. I know I saw a seal here somewhere. There we go. Awesome. So it opens up quite nice, and inside the box, you got the information. I can scan the app and download it. The first layer is the drone, and again, the amazing thing about this drone, guys, is it is very tiny. You can see it fits in the palm of my hand, closed up, which is pretty cool. That's one of the reasons I got it. And just to answer Tony's question, Tony, I've been having trouble with my Limitless 4 drone. I reached out to them. I haven't been getting true 4K recording. I've been getting 2K. My resolution of my photographs have not been full res. So I'm still trying to work out the details, but here is the controller, which is in this little packaging right below it. So there's the lower section. Try that again, lower section. And so this just comes out. And then we're going to pull the controller out here. And I'm going to keep the paper. So there's the controller, and you've got little controller that screw on. And I need to order some of these because I've heard online that people lose them. And they go right here in the bottom. And so I'll do that over here as well. So they screw right on like this. So we'll set that down here real quick. Then here's the drone, and it obviously has the cover on it. And that comes off, and we'll look at that in a little bit. But there you go. And again, it is very tiny. Fits in the palm of my hand. So we're going to set that down. Let's put that right there. And then also inside this box, in the very bottom, is this little package of goodies. So we're going to set the box aside, put this stuff back in here, and set that for right now. Then we're going to undo this box. So inside this box, you have the paperwork. Looks like a quick start guide. A warning in different languages. That's not in my language. A little share the skies pamphlet. A little know your drone pamphlet. And then again, another language, English and other language, little manual. And some more papers in here, including one that's kind of folded up in here. And then also empty out the box, have some propellers. And so we're going to set those down with the drone. And then you have the little tool, and that's to change the propellers. And then you have a USB-C to USB-C cable. So I will have to charge this a little bit later. So we're going to set this stuff inside the box because I will be reading this later. Set this stuff there. Put this back in there, and we're going to set this box aside now and move on to this box right here. Inside this box is a strap that I ordered, and also some covers for the controller so that these will protect the front of my controller. So we'll put those in here. We'll get this strap out. And then also in this kit is a controller cover to protect it from the elements. I'm not sure I will use this or not, but we will see. So I'm going to set that back in the case, and we're going to focus on the real reason I ordered this kit is I wanted a strap. So it's a nice neoprene strap, and that's going to hook on this controller. Once I figure that out, I will let you know. So I know some things screw in there, so maybe I missed something in the box, but here's the strap. It's nice neoprene, so that will be able to keep me from dropping the controller. So we're going to set this stuff down, and I will sort out how to attach it later. So we'll set that there. Oh, there they are right here in my, almost threw those away. That's bad news. So there they are. See that on that camera. And so those screw in right here. One. Two. And then I can add that strap. As well. So we will add that later. Next, we're going to get into the Fly More kit. And again, this is that kit right here. This is the Plus kit, so it has the batteries that have longer life. You can buy another battery. It comes with one. This kit would come with two, but they have a kit with lower life batteries, the same that comes in the drone. These are a little heavier, and that does put it over the weight limit. So again, we have a little plastic seal right here. So let's cut the seal. And so far, I'm kind of impressed with these boxes. This one opens up more traditionally. There we go. And then inside here is a shoulder case. And what I didn't like about this, the old DJI version 2 had a handle on the top. So I wasn't super excited about this, but that does contain the whole kit inside the case. So again, we are going to box this back up and set it right there. And so we will unzip this case. Let's move this stuff over. And let's unzip. And inside, have some paperwork. Again, this is the Fly More kit. So this is going to tell you about the Fly More kit, and this is a fold-out brochure. So we'll keep that in there for later. And then inside you have the batteries and the charging case. So there is the case, and the 2 batteries pop in and out. And then I have a place for the 3rd battery, which is inside my DJI drone right now, I believe. So I'd have to pull that battery out and pop it in there. Okay, also in the case, let's unzip this. You have another USB to C cable, USB-A to USB-C cable, and then you have some more propellers, which will come in handy. And again, that comes with that kit, and that's it. So case, charging station, 2 batteries. These are the longer life batteries. Then you have the propellers that are inside, and then you also have the USB, and I left the propellers in here, but let me go ahead and pull those out, and we'll set those on the table again so you guys can see all of the stuff that I got. And so we are going to set this aside over here. Now I do have some adapters I purchased, and they are right here, so I can plug this in. So let's go ahead and undo this. And we're going to go ahead and start these batteries charging. And you can see it's starting to flash. Not sure why it only charges 1 battery at a time, I think, is what I heard, which is crazy, but maybe true. Okay, so now let's unbox the little 2 little items I got here. This is a little wing holding case or adapter. It's by Skyreat, S-K-Y-R-E-A-T. And I'm going to open that. More tape. Surprise. Feels like Christmas. Feels like Christmas. So inside this, and this is supposed to be an updated one. So there you go. Hopefully it's updated, but this strap goes around to hold the blades, and I'll have to figure out how to use it. I think it goes on like this. So we will figure out how to use that. Not going to delay our unboxing for that. So we'll set that up there. Let's set the drone up there. Set the controller up there. Oh, wait, we're going to unbox that. So better not set that stuff up there. Okay. So that's open, that's open. We'll get the straps out later. That's charging. Paperwork. Let's open up the little feet here. This is also by Star Trek, I guess, is what it is. Okay. Inside there, little pamphlet. Tell you how to put it on. It's got nice little instructions. And this is actually pretty cool because it will attach to the drone and then the feet fold out. So there's landing gear on both sides. I don't want to break it until I read the instructions, but these feet just fold out. And so we're going to set that down, put this back in the box. Okay, so next are these. I have 3 kits. This is the Bright Day 6-pack. This is an ND4 with a polarizer, ND8 with a polarizer, ND16 with a polarizer, ND32 with a polarizer, ND64 with a polarizer, and a circular polarizer filter. So these are Freewell, came highly rated. They go on the front of the DJI Mini 3 Pro, and that's that kit. So we're going to open this one first. Again, covered with plastic. Everything is zip-locked. So let's talk ND filters for a second. When you're out flying during the daytime, the challenge with the DJI Mavic or the DJI Mini 3 Pro is it has a fixed aperture. And what does that mean? We talked a little bit about that last week, but this will give me the ability to stop down the light. So inside this, and you got to just kind of break the seal here, it looks like. So I'll do that, peel that off. See if we can't get this open. Obviously, they don't want any theft. Okay. And inside is the case, and it's also covered with a film. So let me pull this film off. And there you go. Inside this case, and again, this is called the Bright Day Pack, are these filters. And what's nice about them is that not only are they ND filters, they are also, let's change the lights here, guys, sorry. Much better. They are also circular polarizing filters. So one is just a circular polarizing filter. It's this one right here. And then you have each size with a polarizer, which is really cool. So if I want to cut down the glare and cut the light, or just cut down the glare, that's what this kit is for. So we'll set that right there. Now we're going to break into another one here. This is the UV filter for the Pro. So it's just a UV filter. It comes in the kit. When I bought this particular kit of Freewell lenses or filters, trashing the box. This is not sponsored. I did pay for these myself. And again, it just has one nice case. So a place to put some more individuals if I buy them. But all I have here is a UV filter, and that protects the lens. So that will always be on my drone, regardless if I'm using filters or not. So that was pretty simple. And then the final kit is the all-day pack. And in this one, you have just ND filters. So you have an ND 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and 1000. So if you want to do a portrait of a waterfall and hover there and try to do some long exposure, which I'm not sure will work very well with a drone, but I do have a longer capability with my drone. So again, we'll open this last package. And I think that's everything now. Once we have this open, unless I missed something. again, a set of paperwork that doesn't want to come out, and a nice little Freewell package. So again, to do them justice, you have a sticker in here, you have a cloth to wipe with, and then another little clear Freewell sticker. So hopefully you guys can see those. And we're gonna set those down. We have a mess now. And then I'll pull this plastic cover off of that one. And then now you just have square filters. So there they are out of the case. Hopefully you guys can see those. Zoom in a little bit. Come under the light. And you can see the glare hit the camera. And then out of the case, here's the circular polarizers and ND filters right there in the case. Again, this is just the circular polarizer, and these are all the ones that have ND and circular polarizer. And you just turn it to use the polarizing feature. And then up close, here is that single filter, and that's just a UV filter. Supposedly cuts down UV rays, but mainly you buy these to put something on your lens to protect it. Here is the drone up close, a look, and here's the controller up close. I have the pegs on it now, and here is the charging case up close. Again, these just pull out, and these are the longer life batteries. Right there. Hopefully this is focusing. And they just pop in like that. And I have them charging right now, so all this will have to be charged up. And then on the case, we should go around the case. You have USB plug in there. That's an out, so you could charge USB-C to this and then come out and charge something else. Here's an on and off button, and but it came on automatically and started charging once I plugged it in. And I'm just using the adapters right here. I set this up to charge it tonight during the post show, and that's cool. So that's all of the boxes, all of the stuff. Throw those away. We're going to keep these boxes right here. Oh, there's one more thing to unbox. I almost forgot because this didn't come until late today. So let's go ahead and pull one more thing out of the box and see what this is. This came from the August gift person, whoever that is. It must have been me, but there you go. And this is Linkus or Lycus, and secure your buddy with Lycus, I guess. So inside this is a case for my DJI drone. We'll throw this aside here, and let's open this up. Lots of different case choices. I chose this case, and I'll show you why here in a second. Throw that away. You've got, it's airtight. You've got these switches right here, and open this up, and it's already ready. It shows you how to pack your drone. See the case here in that shot, case here in that shot. So again, that's for packing it. And you've got the insert, and this will come out. This is for the bigger controller, which is why I bought it. And then these come out for putting in the charger instead of just extra batteries. So I can pull this insert out and put the charger in there. So all of this stuff will fit very nicely inside here. I may not want to have these feet on. We'll have to see. I'm sure that's going to conflict. So I'll sort that out later. And again, the charger will fit in there as well, and as the batteries, and then these will have to go in my other case, unless there's an insert underneath it. And I do have space underneath the controller for cords and cables and things like that. So, okay, so let me grab this and we're gonna turn back around here. And I'll rejoin you guys. Sorry about that. And we're going to readjust some things here. And then again, here is the case. I will have to pull these off to put the controller in there, but we'll talk just a little bit about that here in a second. Let me switch up the chat here now. And let's just see what's been going on. Man, there's been a lot of chatting going on. So let me say hi to anybody I missed. I totally would say yes, David. It was definitely unboxing time a while ago, and I think I have it all unboxed now. We'll switch my lighting back around to this setup for this view. And again, I'm using the Stream Deck. I have two lighting situations, one for this camera and then one for this location, which is why I love the key light by Elgato, and I love the Stream Deck as well. Okay, so yeah, so I have a bunch of monitors and a setup in front of me. I'll just address this really quick. Again, thanks for joining me tonight. I have a BenQ monitor right here next to me. That is my big monitor. I can divide it into one screen, two screens, or four screens. I can even do picture-in-picture. It's 4K. And then I have a little ICANN, a 7-inch monitor on top of the camera that was shooting the table. And then I have a little 5-inch monitor that is above this camera for a confidence monitor. And I like it small because it keeps my eyes closer to the lens. And that's kind of my setup in here. So one big 32-inch monitor that can be 4. And then I have this one behind me, which is just a gaming monitor, an MSI. And it has 3 inputs. I only use 2 inputs, and I can switch it from multi-view to program view if I want, and I would do program view when I'm doing a podcast. And if you'd like to know what a podcast looks like, I just, believe it or not, I think I released a video today on my channel looking for a still image. I don't have a still image ready, but check that out. I did release it today. It's a 6-minute video of me right at this desk showing me operating this station and being a guest on my wife's podcast. Actually, I'm the executive producer. It's on break right now because we've had a number of challenges in our world, but hopefully she'll get motivated and want to do that again. And so I uploaded a video today on the channel of behind the scenes podcast. Now I've showed behind the scenes before and showed clips of it in my live streams, but this is the first time I've uploaded, I believe, a behind the scenes upload video. So please like and share that video if you want to see me in action doing a live stream in here, not a live stream, but a YouTube video. We're recording it, both audio and video, to release on Libsyn, which is a podcasting location, as well as on my wife's channel on YouTube. And below that, video upload is a link to my wife's full version of that podcast after it was edited and graphics were added. You're seeing the raw footage and you're seeing me in the shots, even when I'm talking. And I'm not on camera normally when you hear my voice in her podcast, but you guys will see me right then and there. So check that out. So that's my setup. Let's see. I will let you know, Tony, how I like the smart controller. I definitely like the idea of having a little bit better view, better control. It's not as nice as the one that DJI sells for $1,000, but with the new firmware update, you can use that new controller. So you have to have new firmware in that controller, as well as the Mini 3 Pro. And so if I don't like this controller, I may eventually upgrade to the other $1,000 controller, which is a lot of money. Sorry about that. I did not have that larger view going, so I apologize for that. You guys did see, though, I did have the double camera view up because I saw it in the program out. So hopefully that was good. So I did my research to find all these accessories. I watched the videos on YouTube, other people's reviews of the Freewell ND filters and polarizing filter, UV filter, as well as the landing gear, the controller, the Fly More kit, even the case. I watched some videos. There's lots of choices for Mini 3 cases, so you'll have to check those out for yourself. I just picked that case because I felt like it had good sturdy foam. It was about the right size, and I want to kind of keep everything together if possible. That is going to be my commercial flight kit, and we'll talk more about that in the post show. Thank you. I will, Doug, get back to you on how I use it. I have some work to do, which I've already started. And again, in the post show, we'll be talking about the Part 107 licensing process, registering your drone, the new trust test that you can take, and if you should or shouldn't take. We'll talk about that in the post show. And no, I'm not going to hover in the studio tonight. Sorry about that. So, Tony, that's a great question. And you also asked me about the Limitless. It's still right here. So if you guys weren't in my live stream a few weeks ago, I won this with a client I was working for. They gave me an award. They purchased this drone. And so inside this kit right here is the Limitless 4 drone. And we talked about it. Here is the manual. I keep all this stuff in here. And it is a 4K drone. It's got a controller that you can attach your phone to. Here is the drone. I've got 2 batteries. And I will use this mainly for recreation. And I will be using my Mini 3 Pro for projects. Like, for instance, recently for this client I had, they had someone on staff that had their Part 107 license at one of the stores. They have 4 stores, and it's an RV client, and I'm planning on working with them again starting next month. And so once I get my license, I will be using that kit for flyover footage. I'm going to be using it in commercials for television, believe it or not. And actually, we postponed a shoot that was going to happen tomorrow because too much stuff is going on in all our worlds. And so that's going to happen in September, it looks like. And that's going to be a really interesting piece up in a campground. And there's one shot through a window that we want to get in a RV with the drone because of what we're able to do. And basically, it's going to be a pull back shot, and then we'll reverse it. And then we're going to actually use a gimbal as it's going to look like you flew through the window when we get done with that shot into the RV. And so that'll be fun. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in the post show. But I plan on using it in that realm as well as with my regular process, like training people. So if people don't know how to get a Part 107, I really want to assist with that. I'm probably eventually going to do a video here on the channel, and we'll talk a little bit more about all of that. So I'll be using it in lots of different ways. Plus the photographs, I want to put footage on my channel. And again, if you stay for the post show, we'll talk about what the laws state and what you can and can't do. I have been doing my due diligence over the last 4 weeks. I've already started studying for my test, and we're going to go deep dive into some of that information in the show. And Tony, obviously you have your Part 107 license already, so you understand what that testing process is like and the study process. And you've also recommended some things to me, and we'll talk about that in the post show. So plan on using it in my business, and that's why I have a separate kit for business, and I'm going to have another set. My Limitless 4 drone will be just strictly for fun and for pleasure, because I have 2 drones, so we'll go from there. So I think I'm into the accessories, a little over $500. The drone was right around with tax under, this is United States dollars. The drone was under $1,000 once you pay for sales tax when I drove up to that store. And the filters are Freewell. So find one of those boxes. So hopefully you can see that right there. So the brand is Freewell, and this is the bright day pack. Then, like I said, I have the all day pack and then the UV filter. So I bought all 3 of those. So hopefully that answers your question. And I think I got that up. There's your question. I typically don't talk about these topics on my channel, but there has been some cases, and you know, what we've been dealing with for the last 2 or 3 years has been happening again around me. And so, yeah, it is interesting to be in my state. And I think whatever you are, be wise and be safe and do whatever you possibly can, both physically, socially, mentally, and all of that to keep yourself healthy and keep yourself safe, especially if you're getting older like I am. So if I wanted to spend a little over $100, I would have bought a Nanook case. But looking at the Nanook case, which I already have those, so Pelicans are great. I'm a Nanook fan. It's a Canadian company. Check it out. And I'll put a link here later tonight in the description. But great cases. Really like some of the things that company's doing. And nothing against Pelican. I have a Pelican case as well. But I really like my Nanook cases. And that would be the case if I ever upgrade that I'll get. I just did not want to spend that kind of money. I think I spent about $49 on Amazon for that case, and everything came that I ordered from Amazon, but I did not get my Insta360 camera. It's lost in transit and has been since the 23rd. So hopefully I will be able to find out something tomorrow or be able to cancel that, get my money back, and then we'll reorder that device. And yes, I can see the chat, hopefully. Yeah, Tony, once I get the experience, and I have been flying my Limitless 4 drone. I've spent probably 2 hours total. I'm flying it right here in my backyard. I'm blessed to have nothing behind my house. For about 400 yards in one direction, about 300 yards in the other direction. There is a walkway area. So again, we'll talk about the rules and some of the things you need to be aware of when you're flying your drone so that you don't get yourself in trouble. But I will definitely do a side-by-side comparison, fly them side by side, which I can show that footage. And I am going to work on a video very shortly of all of the footage of the 2 drones flying side by side, where I can just have a stationary camera. And then once I have my Part 107 license, then I will bring into that video review and comparison some footage of both of them side by side, and then you guys can make a decision for yourself. Now, I will say this, I have no filters for the Limitless 4 and have no plans on buying filters. So obviously there'll be an advantage if I fly the DJI Mini 3 Pro. It does have a fixed aperture, where if you buy like the new Mavic 3, it has a not a fixed aperture, which means that that lens can open and close depending on how much light is out during the day, where mine won't. That's why I need to help it by using these filters. And so basically, I would take my light meter. What I love about my light meter is it literally has a adapter to do spot reading of the light. This just pops on, and I can see exactly what the sky is, and then I can pick a filter so that I have perfect exposure for the sky. Or if I'm not really wanting to get the sky in perfect exposure, because again, if the sky is in perfect exposure, you're going to have great dynamic range there, but not so much in the mountains, wherever else you're shooting. So you have to make some decisions, but I have this kit ready to go so that when I do that video, I do have these tools in place. And if you don't know anything about a light meter, this gives me the ability to know exactly what's happening with the light outside and inside. So this will work for video and for photography, and it will actually fire my flashes. So if I was doing flash photography, this is designed to work with the Pocket Wizard. This is a Sekonic model number L478DR. They have a newer version of this. This one's discontinued, but I can actually fire and set the brightness of my flashes with this, because I have Pocket Wizards that attach to those Einstein lights, and then I can fire that. So cool little tool. And this piece just pops off, and the other piece pops right on. And so this piece right here, get this on backwards. What did I do here? So this ball can be adjusted so it's inside the hole, so you can see it's kind of inside, or I can adjust it so it's outside. Obviously, this will give you more of the room light, and this would give you more directional light. So what I would be doing to check to make sure my exposure is perfect is I would hold this right next to my face, and this would give me a spot, more of a spot metering right directly back at the light, which is also at the camera. And then obviously, if I wanted to get more of a room type lighting, I would roll the ball out. And so this doesn't work very good when you're outside. You need a spot meter so I can look at the tree leaves to see what their exposure is, and then look at the sky, and then I can make an adjustment. And last week, if you go back and watch the live show, we talked about Lee filters, and those filters have a ND on the bottom, and then they're clear on the top, and they're a variable ND, and then I have some regular NDs, and I even have the kind that you can use a 15-stop ND to get that beautiful milky waterfall look, or water going over spring waterfalls, or even just get that milky looking ocean feeling. I have those ND filters as well, but I need to know what the light is so I know what filter. Now, light's changing all the time, especially if you're outside. So this is a really accurate tool inside. It's also accurate outside, but light is changing. Clouds are coming and going. So keep that in mind if you ever decide to dive into light meters. The good news is they will help you see what you can't see with your human eyes. And you can use your monitor and look at focus peaking and look at all the features your monitor has, but that doesn't mean that you're going to know exactly how bright the light is, because a spot meter is way more accurate. Plus, you can set it for what you have your shutter speed at and your aperture, and then you can change the settings for your ISO, or you can reverse that and do any one of the other three. And then with video, when you're doing the shutter rule, right, you have your shutter speed twice the frame rate. And so you don't want to change that. So that's why we'll be using ND filters when we're outside shooting with the drone, because I have a fixed aperture, and I'm going to want to have the right shutter speed setting to get that film look. And so I'm really going to have to adjust the light. and I can't add more light unless I take lights with me, but I will be working in the late afternoon and for that shot, and we will be making sure that we have the right light when we get that shot. So, okay. I think chat is still on the air. Yes, I have a number of camera angles. I have this camera, then I have an overhead camera. So we'll cut to 3 right now. So I have that shot right there, and my chair is in the way. And then I also have this shot. And so then I had my face cam, which is the third option for me to put things on the air. And I'm using 2 ATEMs. That's why you get that fuzzy look. If I don't have my PC chosen in my ATEM Mini Pro, then things get whacked out. So I'm using that for my camera 3, my iPad, my iPhone tethering, as well as my HyperDeck Shuttle HD. So again, that's 3 cameras plus a webcam. And then I also can use my phone tethered either through my Apple TV, or I can actually plug it in right here with this HDMI to Lightning adapter. So that gives me another mobile camera, which I'm not planning on using tonight. So hopefully that answers your questions. We're going to have to wrap it up here really quickly for the post show. And I don't not right now have the view of what I'm looking at, but I will show you here real quickly. This is what I'm seeing right here. Sorry about the light. So that's my Wacom tablet, my coffee. This is for later. My Rodecaster version 2, my HyperDeck HD Plus. Next to it's the old Mini. Above that's the scroll wheel for my BenQ monitor. And that's the confidence monitor on top of the camera. And then I have Mix Effects open on my iPad. That's my laptop. And that's kind of a look at my desk right there. And so hopefully that answers your question. And a behind the scenes look of my studio. Okay. Good to have Doug Force here tonight with me. I think I didn't say hi earlier. Let's switch back to my PC here. But good to have you. David has a light meter himself. Yeah, and go to David's channel. He is a photographer, and he also does live streaming. Not as often as I do, but he has live streams. But he does lots of videos. Actually, I think, David, you do quite a bit of live streams, or are they recorded? I correct myself, because he talks about lenses and cameras. So you want to know more about cameras and lenses, go to his channel. And does not surprise me, David, that you have a light meter too. I'd love to know which light meter you have. You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed my setup. Okay, just going back through the chat. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that unboxing of the DJI Mini 3 Pro, the Fly More Plus combo kit with the longer life batteries. I think 47 minutes, which in DJI flight time, depending on the wind, is probably 35 minutes. And the other batteries are right around 30, 33 minutes, and they're going to be flying probably 25 or so minutes, depending on the weather. Got the strap, got the extra blades, also got the little feet to be able to have a little bit more stability when I'm flying that Mini 3 Pro. have the higher end controller, and I am really excited about this. Really, I've heard good things. It fits pretty good in my hands, and it's kind of a down version of their higher end controller that they have. But I think one of the cutting edge amazing things about the DJI Mini 3 Pro is it does have this controller option. So I'm very excited about it. I definitely want to put a screen protector on it. I already have fingerprints. Definitely want to have a strap. I don't know exactly if I'll have to pull these on or off or make little slits in my case. We will see how that works, but I do really like this. And again, the controller is bigger than the drone. So set this in this hand and this in that hand, and amazing, huh? So let's go ahead and set this down, see if I can pop this cover off. And so lots of little protection all the way around the lens. I haven't peeled all that stuff up. So if you're wondering if I snuck and had this out of the box, I did not. I literally am opening this tonight for the very first time. And I think if I read the instructions right, you bring the lower feet out first. But I don't want to pop them out yet because I haven't read any of the instructions and I don't want to break it. So I will get the instructions out in the post show and we will open this up and we will talk more about drones. So pop this back on here somehow. Already can't get the cap on, so we'll set this over here for safekeeping. Well, that's about it. We're going to get ready for the post show, which starts in 10 minutes. If you have any last minute questions, I would love to hear from you. David's got the same Sekonic light meter as I have. So again, that model is, where are you? There is a newer version of this. They're not inexpensive. It's got a color touch screen, and this is the Lightmaster Pro L-478DR. Again, they make different versions of this. This one fires pocket wizards as well. So if you're not going to fire flashes, then keep that in mind. There's other ways to remotely fire flashes. I also have other tools as well, but I love my light meter. So if you're out there setting things up, getting ready to take a photograph, if you're in the studio taking photographs, you can even use the light meter outdoors taking photographs. Just make sure you take a crew of people with you if you're going to use lights, because I have wind everywhere you go around here, and you want to make sure you have a team keeping your lights from blowing over or blowing down. That's what's nice about live streaming inside a studio. I don't have to worry about wind. So thank you, David, for letting me know. And yeah, I have a extreme ISO. So that has 8 inputs. One of those is taken up, which is input number 3. That comes in from my A10 Mini Pro. And I started with an A10 Mini Pro, not an A10 Mini Pro ISO. They didn't exist when I bought my Pro. So I use it as a switcher. And inside my A10 Mini Pro, I have my overhead camera. I have my Apple TV. I also have a Hyperdeck and Shuttle HD coming into that. And we're going to be using that in the post show. And so I can switch between it and another input. Then I also have my phone tether comes in that. And then I bring all of those channels into 3. Channel 1 is my EOS R, which is the one that was shooting the table today. Number 2 is this camera right here. Number 3 is my A10 Mini Pro. Number 4 is my desktop. So I can show you guys my desktop here. Let's show you something interesting. Where are you? Okay, this is my desktop. And so here's how to unfold the legs and take the cap off from DJI's site. So instructions on how to do that. So, and then the next 4 inputs are hyperdecks. So you have a fill and a key in my Mini and a fill and a key in my HD Plus. So they're taking up the last 4. That's why I have so many things coming into my A10 Mini Pro. And that's a behind the scenes look at my channel. And so, yeah, my A10 Mini Pro comes into channel 3 of my extreme ISO, and I'm recording the program tonight so I can edit out some of that unboxing and use it later for my channel or for training purposes. So, okay, well, we're going to get ready for the post show. I hope you'll join me. It's going to start here in about 7 minutes. Thank you so much for joining me here for tonight's live. I'm live every Tuesday. Next week, I'll be coming back from a weekend wedding back late Monday night. So I'll have all day Tuesday to prepare. Hopefully by then we'll see. We might have a camera, web camera to show you, the Insta 360. I do have a picture of that camera right here that's missing in action. There you go. That was supposed to be here tonight, but for some reason it decided not to make it. So I posted that on my little still image right here. And I agree with this. Amazon, you are my only hope. So actually I do have hope besides Amazon, but so far no Insta 360 camera. And again, that's their new web camera that's 4K, which will be really exciting to see it. The quality, it also will track. You can use hand motions. It also has a whiteboard function. I can't wait to talk about that, but that'll have to be at a later date. In the post show, we have Benjamin C. Bear joining us at the beginning, so don't miss the start of that show. If you don't know who Benjamin C. Bear is, you'll have to check that out. In the post show, that's going to start here shortly, right here on this channel. So get ready for that. And we're going to be talking about the Part 107 license, in that, where I'm at in that process, what the training manual looks like, study guide. I'm going to talk about some channels that I've visited on YouTube that are free for you to study if you want to decide to get a commercial license to use your drone. And we're going to talk about the rules that apply to using it strictly for recreation. So that'll all be in the post show. I hope you'll join me there. Again, I am Keith. Thank you so much for joining me. I think I said hi to everybody tonight. So I will join you there. Again, if you came tonight and didn't subscribe, please consider subscribing. You can chat after 5 minutes in the post show as well. So if you haven't subscribed, thank you for subscribing. If you're chatting tonight, you have subscribed, and thank you. I am growing the channel, so please like and share these videos. That helps out the algorithm, and I will do better about uploading videos. And again, there's one uploaded today. And then I have the case that I have on my phone that's called the Light Chaser case with filters. And that video I'm in the middle of editing. That should be out here in the next week. Hopefully, I do have that wedding I have to go out of town for, and I'll have some pictures to show you of where we're going in next week's live stream on Tuesday. So hopefully you'll join me then. The post shows every other week. We did miss last week because I was waiting for that camera to get here, but we're going to go ahead and do a post show tonight. So I will see you over at the post show. I am Keith. This is Life Journey Production Studios, and I am out for this week, and I'll see you later. Roll outro.